Thank you, David. We are up, we are live, we are in color. Natalia is here. What's up, Jose? Trying to get some rain for you down in old Medina County. The only county in the state under exceptional drought. Possibly, we could take a look tonight, the nation. Because I'm sure there's some exceptional drought somewhere out southwest. I don't think there's much. I'm trying to find, that's the comparison. Where's the... Stephanie, what's going on? Canyon Lake. Yeah, did you guys see much of any rain today? Near miss. Ooh, look at, I'm looking at it right now. I'll show you in a second. It was a near miss for you guys. On some pretty heavy rain. It's a shame. That is a shame. There's Pleasanton. What's up, Irma? Uvalde's here. What's up, Chip King? Jose. We for sure got rain. Yeah, strong winds, trees down, power out. Yeah, these were some strong storms today, Jose. Had several warnings west of the city. Hanak, what's up, my man? That was about it. The fragrance of the rain. I do love that smell, but man, rain's a lot better. No, not on the north side. Oh, you did see some, well, okay. Hey, Marcy, half an inch. Not bad. Some spots around North Bexar County, West Bexar County. Over an inch of rain today. Incredible. Tuesday night blessings. Bill Taylor here. Ken's 5 Digital Center. Hope you're having a great night. God's peace to you and yours. I hope everything's awesome. And I'll tell you, these were some pretty strong thunderstorms today. You know, we've got this flow that's in place that will continue even through Thursday, Friday time frame. I think it starts to wind down on Friday. The high is expected to maybe drift a little east, far enough to kind of shut this pattern down or off or slow it down just a little bit. But we still have a couple of days that this is going to be a potential. I don't think we'll see as much tomorrow because a lot of times storms like these will kind of zap the atmosphere from available energy. And so you don't see a repeat. But we certainly have a chance. We're going to look at a few models tonight. Thursday, dynamics are even better. So that's why I think tomorrow a little more quiet before we can ramp back up on Thursday. So for the next 48 hours, weather impact alerts because of what rainfall we could see. And if it falls in the right spots, localized flooding is going to be possible because you'll see the amounts that fell today. Look at these thunderstorms that developed. We had one pocket early morning. It was around Houston, drifting west. And you see it there, diving down towards the coast, had some marine warnings there with those thunderstorms south of Victoria. Then once we started heating up the atmosphere, I would say about 1 o'clock, you started seeing some storms scatterly, I don't think that's a word. Widely scattered storms develop in the hill country. There it is. Elmendorf, what's going on? Andrea. Ernesto, Eastside, yeah, East Bexar County, nothing, not a drop. Richard Myers, nothing but dark winds and clouds, man, or dark clouds and wind, dark winds too, right? Hi, Kathy, good to see you. Yeah, we got clobbered here at the station, clobbered. Med Center. And it was that one cell that erupted near 281. So, you see what I'm talking about. Look at that storm right there. That was the one that was a strong one. Blossomed up right around 281. You can see at first, Northwest Bexar County got clipped, and then that one big cell developed. It never went severe. But these storms out west, right in here, was where I'll show you where they were severe for a while this afternoon, right there. That cell entering northeast Uvalde County went severe with 1 inch quarter size hail. You know what I'm saying, right? 1 inch diameter, the size of a quarter. And then winds of about 50 to 60, and you can see it quickly collapse. I mean, you can see it erupts right there over northeast Uvalde County, and then it died out, never really, well, another storm developed over Uvalde, but the one that was on the warning, it collapsed quickly, and then that cell over La Pryor was a brief warning too. So we had, a pretty active afternoon between Uvalde, Brackettville, and down to Quemado and Eagle Pass. Those were all under warnings this afternoon. Then that cell right there over Bexar County never really went under warning, but you can see, look at that. I mean, it just, there's the genesis, if you will. I mean, there's on Highway 46, look at it. Just one little lightning bolt, right? And look how fast it grew in a matter of what? There's 422, and by 426. Isn't that fascinating? 4 minutes, and it went from 0 to nothing real quick. Look at that. 0 to nothing. 0 to 100 real quick. So right over, well, Timberwood Park, my buddy George Smith in Timberwood Park hit me up and said they had, I'm going to have to double check the amount. Don't want to see that again. I feel you. Hey, Vanessa. Patricia, we don't get nothing, right? We get nothing. Let's see. George, what'd you get out there? An inch out of Timberwood. That's what I thought he said. Just double checking. Pastors Teresa and Tammy Hernandez. Awesome. God bless y'all. Teriso. Hondo. Took us by surprise. Hello, Bill. You're very welcome, Nora. Very, very welcome. Hey, Jared. Why when the storms get to Seguin or East San Antonio, they diminish? These are just those kind of storms. Hey, Tony. Mulligan, right? Exactly. There's Cynthia. Hello. Emmy and Amorous are here. Emmy, Amorous, good to see you guys. Hope all is well. As you start your school year, how things going? Let me know. Denise, what's happening? Good to see you. Did I use the umbrella? I never had to. I was here. People want to know. Inquiring minds want to know. I never had to because I was in here the whole time. And it hit here, it was about 5 o'clock. And I mean, you could hear it was the wind and it was raining sideways. We'll have some incredible video we took right outside our door at about 5 p.m., coming up at 10. Edward didn't get anything. Doing good, John. Appreciate you, brother. How's Victoria going? Brian Jones, what's going on? We are. Thank you, brother. God bless you, too. Hope everything's going well. Pray for people on the East Coast. Lives out in Myrtle Beach. Yeah, so, Patricia, the good news is this, that Erin, down to a Category 2, still going to be some high surf, still going to be a rip current. So it's really a beach story that, there won't be a tremendous amount of impact inland. That really won't happen. This storm Hurricane Erin is going to take a good right turn. And remember, the nastiest side of the storm is the right side. That'll always be out at sea and the direct opposite of where they are. So, I mean, it'll be going out to sea. The worst part of it will be well east of the coast. And so it could have been a lot worse if that system did not get picked up by the Bermuda High and get swept off into the northern Atlantic. But now we're watching for Fernand. Any day now, we're going to have Fernand, and it's looking like a very similar track. All right, rainfall estimates. Let's take a look at how much rain we did get. And you can see, look at that. I mean, it is a line of demarcation, right? Central Bexar County and I-35 from Austin down through New Braunfels, not a drop. Seguin, not a drop. Through Floresville, Karnes City. But you can see the amount of rain that fell here in this area of northwest Bexar County. That pocket near Helotes, 2.5. Here's Timberwood for 1.1. Far west San Antonio, Highway 90 and 410 for over an inch. North of Hondo, north of Uvalde and Sabinal. Medina Lake, about half an inch. Bandera, a lot of 1.1s, right? So healthy deposits out there for sure, and more in the forecast. Let me show you the setup. The high is west. And remember, this is what I like to call the high pressure cooker aloft. And so whenever it's on top of us, that warm air aloft shuts down rain chances. Beneath that high, that sinking air motion increases temp. So you'll hear a lot of people call it the heat high, but to me, that's just overused. Too many people say it. So I like to call it the high pressure cooker aloft. I dare to be original. And so we're on the outskirts of its influence. If you look at the isobar around that, right, that pressure line, okay, that's connecting equal areas of pressure, okay? So it's like playing connect the dots. All along that line are the exact amount of pressure, okay? And so with that, you see that it's not across San Antonio. I mean, it's up across West Texas. And as long as that high stays west, we stay with this upper level flow from the east and northeast, and these small little disturbances have been rolling through. And so, oh, by the way, you can see, take a look on the right-hand side of your screen, and we'll look at Aaron. So again, glancing blow. I mean, South Carolina's in good shape. I think it's gonna be North Carolina that sees some weather right there on Thursday before it takes a hard right. But then, like I said, look at on the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. It doesn't really come into picture there yet, but we're waiting for Fernand, and that should be the next named storm. So with that, you can see that we've got a good flow of moisture. Watch this increase in moisture, okay, coming in from the east, drifting down the coast, Louisiana, southeast Texas, that precipitable water in place. So let's take a look at a few models. Now, first, the graph. This has been doing a really good job on the current situation. There's the oh, that's Thursday. Let's look at Wednesday radar. Not much, okay, but favoring the hill country again. And then heading into Thursday, a little bit more coverage, okay? Again, that's the graph. Let's take a look now at the HRRR. Good job on tonight's activity. Here's Wednesday afternoon, a little more than what the graph thinks. Thursday afternoon, a little bit more even. So I'm probably going to go with the HRRR at 10 p.m. I like to show the worst case scenario, whatever's showing us more. Hey, Anna. See, got a little rain earlier. Good day, Mr. Taylor. Oh, Kendall from Scarborough, what's going on? Absolutely, good to see you, Kendall. Love my Huskies. I'll be there for Tuesdays with Taylor at the end of the school year, probably the last semester. Victoria is going to probably see more rain too. Absolutely. You guys will definitely be in a good chance. I want to see what did Denise ask that was good. Today, the moon was closer to Jupiter and Venus, just in case anyone wanted to know. Awesome, awesome. In fact, Denise, you bring up a great point. There's a really good celestial display going on with several planets visible now with the naked eye. If you've got the, I think it's called Skyview, or there's a free app that you just put up in the sky. It tells you everything you're looking at. Then you can buy a more advanced version of it. I want to say Skyview. That's a good way to see exactly what you're looking at. That's what I always tell what I like to always, any flat earthers out there, what I always like to ask the flat earthers, why would Earth be the only flat planet in our solar system? Why? And then the other big question, because I was following this guy, you have to follow, you want to see some entertainment? Fittest flat earther. This guy's out there, because then he thinks that all these celebrity deaths are faked, and these people are all assuming new roles in life, like the Malcolm Jamal Warner. What a tragic story. That's what I don't like about the guy. I had to stop following him because he was upsetting me. I mean, these are people that have children, you know. But he claims that the alligator guy, Steve Irwin, never died. Robin Williams never died. Just all the guys out there. He thinks there's an ice wall around the Earth. Not only that we're flat, but then there's an ice wall. That's why all the water stays on the planet. He's out there, man. You got to watch him. But I had to stop because it was like a trigger. I was getting mad because of what he was saying about people that have passed away, that have families and are grieving. And he's just like, oh, it didn't happen. And, you know, they're assuming roles and new lives and all this. I'm like, bro, what are you talking about? But all that to say, and he never answered any, you know, because one thing before I was getting too triggered to follow him anymore, I would say, hey, explain to me the motive behind faking of a sphere Earth. You know, what is the motive that the government would have to say that, you know, to have this elaborate scheme of, you know, covering up and all these fake images? I mean, what? I mean, every image is faked, every single one of them. Like the whole moon landing, he claims all of that was faked. None of that ever happened. And then even some disasters, not 9/11, but a lot of stuff like that. Real conspiracy theory rabbit hole, if you're ever interested in that stuff. Hey, Rachel, there you are. What's going on? Good to see you. Naya Drop. Diane, that's all. Naya Drop by Southtown. Oh, man, I know, right? That exactly, Denise, for real. It's a dangerous thing for sure. Severe storms, didn't see much of anything. Not this evening, we're done for tonight, but we did see, mostly the severe was west. We never saw a warning in San Antonio. But we're gonna have to watch if any of these storms wanna misbehave tomorrow. Something interesting on the almanac today, the daytime high of 98. Like at 6 p.m., we were at 78. It was fantastic. But at 12:30, it was one of the earliest afternoon highs we've ever hit. Shortly after the 12 noon hour, we hit 98 degrees. The atmosphere really cooked up. And that, of course, helped with the convective process, hitting that convective temp for sure. I wanted to see what the area highs look like. As we were a little above average, remember now we're on the downslope. We've peaked as far as our daytime highest average, 97. That's the highest average we have all year, and it usually ends at August 16, I believe it is. So yeah, look at Gonzales, only 92, Hallettsville's high 88, Victoria, John, 88. Look at the Beeville and George West highs, 78s, and then just down the road in Cotulla, 100. That's incredible. 102 Eagle Pass, Del Rio, those were the hottest out there. And we should crank up again tomorrow because we're just not going to see as much rain. So I'm expecting upper 90s come tomorrow. All right, tropical update before we get going here. Bad accident. Fredericksburg Road is shut down. I'm hearing that, David. Any news on that? All right, so Cat 2 on Hurricane Erin, barely a Category 2 with winds of 105 miles per hour. Still expecting that hard right around Bermuda because the upper level high helping steer this. It's getting caught in that flow that'll take her completely out to the east. But let's go farther east, and as you take a look at this, oh, you can see a harder right turn. That's even better. And avoiding San Juan. Wonderful. Wonderful. They took a pretty good hit with Erin. You'd hate to see back-to-back impact. 102. Yeah, Anna. Little spin in Bandera, really. Little rotation on one of those cells out there, huh? Hey, up in New Braunfels. What's up, Zane? Good to see you, my man. Here's to Zane Ferguson. No storms overnight, Grace. Absolutely not. We need to get some more heating. I think tomorrow's a little less active than today. Then Thursday might be a lot like today. I say that, but I mean, tomorrow could be. I'm hoping it's not as strong. You know, we had a lot of wind damage. We had reports of a roof on top of a car. We had, at one point, 13,000 CPS customers in San Antonio without power. We took a power hit here. Oh, that's good news. Probably not, John. I don't think you'll hit 100 tomorrow in Victoria. I don't think that happens. So not only do we have that, but we've got yet another system just off the coast of Africa. Notice that it's starting a little bit lower. You always watch these that are closer to that 15-degree north latitude, closer to the equator. You know, you're always going to see activity along the equator. That's the intertropical convergence zone, where the trade winds converge, and you're going to see good thunderstorms ignite as a result. And this time of year, when you get those thunderstorms and you get a good area of low pressure developing over a warm Atlantic Ocean, well, now you're starting to stir it up. And so we've got yet another storm on the heels of what is a 50 to 60. I want to say 60 last time I saw it. Let's take a gander at what we've got on that one. 60 still on a 7-day forecast that we get Fernand out of that orange area. All right, time for the Ken's 5 exclusive 14-day forecast. Considering the amount of rain, and keep in mind that we are under a marginal risk of excessive rainfall. That's a declaration, I'll call it, by the Severe Prediction Center that says localized flooding will be possible. A 1 out of 4 chance, the lowest chance, which is, again, marginal. Marginal is not a scary word, right? But when you're 1 out of 4, that's a considerable chance, right? 25% chance that we see localized flooding. I'm not expecting widespread flooding. This would be something, that, again, mainly west because of those 1-inch totals, maybe, even Timberwood Park, Stone Oak, all those areas in North Bexar County, you could see localized flooding if you get a storm like that again tomorrow. Hey, Paul, southeast side of downtown, just as good a chance as any, but, today was mostly hill country. I don't expect an exact repeat. Fernand, I'm going to say, I don't know. Isn't that Spanish already? No? Fernand. Am I saying it right? Or not Fernand, right? Fernand? I'm going to go with Fernand. Hey, Megan, good to see you. Bernie, hey, Joe. About half an inch up in Bernie. Half an inch of rain. So, yeah, 40 to 50. That's why we've got those weather impact alerts. We'll drop those for Friday's 30%, Saturday's 30%. Those might come down if the high starts migrating east a bit. It's certainly going to be only 10% Sunday. Might drop that altogether. And then you see, 25th, 26th, we're cranking back up with a 10 to 20% chance of rain by then. Labor Day weekend's on the 14-day, and it looks dry right now. Mid-90s. It'll be warm. Love the soap. Fernando. Rain overnight. No rain overnight. Hey, Tammy. So this is hi, Vanessa. H-Town. Come on. I interviewed a proud Holosian today. Guys, it was so cool. Talked to Boone Logan. Do y'all know that name? If you know baseball, you know that Boone Logan was one of the best baseball players ever come out of San Antonio. He was an O'Connor graduate, drafted out of high school, and was a big lefty reliever. Played 13 seasons in the bigs. I mean, he was awesome. Played 4 years with my beloved New York Yankees. Remember, I grew up in New Jersey. I'm a big Yankees fan. And great podcast with Nate Ryan and I. A surprise you've got to watch because I just can't tell you the story without showing you what we have to show you. And we did that all in the podcast, but it was a great story of fate. And why Nate Ryan, who's from Chicago, took his second picture with Boone Logan. I'll just leave it there. You have to see it to believe it. It's an incredible story. But Boone's retired and in Helotes again, and he now owns the Oak Valley, part owner of the Oak Valley Golf Course and driving range in Helotes, north of, like the Shell Station and Old Town Helotes. You go about, 5 miles north maybe? And it's on the right, great par 3 that's got a driving range, and they refurbished the clubhouse, have done a tremendous job with the facility. So he's just a super cool dude. I mean, we just had a great time hanging with him and just talking about Major League Baseball. And I had to ask him, I'm like, who is the greatest pitcher of all time, the GOAT? And it was interesting, I'm thinking like he's going to say Roger Clemens or Nolan Ryan. Greg Maddux. He said Greg Maddux, Atlanta Braves. Greg Maddux. I was like, oh, Greg Maddux. How could I forget? I mean, that guy, incredible. Oh, I did want to take a look before we go. Is Medina County the worst drought condition in the U.S.? We know it is for Texas for sure. So we can take a look now. I don't think I have this set to go wide. No, let's go. So you can see it. San Antonio still good part of Bexar County under the extreme drought, but exceptional. You can see it's only, one little smidge near Big Bend. Okay, and that's what I thought. Southwest, right along the border of New Mexico and Arizona, you've got some exceptional drought. Oh, also West Colorado, some exceptional drought. So 3 spots, and Medina County's one of them. See, look, there's no flat earth. Look at that. All right. So I'll leave you with this 14-day and bid you farewell. No rain tonight. A little bit more tomorrow and Thursday for sure, and then we'll start winding rain chances down. God bless you and your family too, John. I appreciate that, brother. When did it rain? Hey, Brandy, most of the afternoon into this evening. Mainly west of the city, though. West Bexar County. East Bexar County, completely dry. Not a drop. Up here in Fort Hood. Hey, Marliese, safe to drive back home to Spring Branch tomorrow, Thursday? The earlier the better. If you can leave in the morning, these are all daytime heat driven, and so it's really best if you can leave early and be here, by early afternoon. A lot of this stuff is between 2 and 7 p.m. Doing great, Anastasia. Good to see you. All the thunder, not the rain. Oh, you did, Vanessa? I'm going to have to check. btaylor@kens5.com. Tornado. I mean, that's unconfirmed for sure, but yeah, please send it. btaylor@kens5.com. I'd love to see it. Del Rio, probably tomorrow, absolutely, and Thursday. Both good chances, All right, guys, God bless you. I love y'all, and I will see you tonight on Ken's 5 News at 10.